Hey guys, Coolman Gaming here, and today I'm going to be doing a quick little review of the Days of War Early Access. So I got this game 2 days after the Early Access came out, I believe, and I've already put like 10 hours into it, so I've played quite a bit. Not as much as most like other YouTubers have, but I have played quite a bit and have seen quite a bit of similarities between it and different games, and also being able to make an opinion of it and decide what I think about it. So, first off, is that I like that they've taken the Carentan map idea from Band of Brothers, which, if you don't know what Band of Brothers is, Band of Brothers was a TV miniseries of a company in the 101st Airborne Division, and it just goes and tells the story of all these soldiers in the company and like how they're a band of brothers, hence the name. So, and it follows them through like the D-Day operations and thereafter into Holland and whatnot. So, anyways, they based the Carentan map off of the set that was used for the Carrington episode in Band of Brothers, which at first I was a bit skeptical because I was like, oh, that's not very innovative. But then after a while, I realized it was actually really cool and unique because it made it, or like it made me remember about Band of Brothers, and like it felt cool to be fighting in a spot where like I've watched Band of Brothers over and over so many times that it felt cool to be fighting in the same battle arena that they were using in the TV miniseries set. So I think that's a cool and interesting idea for them to take that and bring it into the game. Also, the Omaha map, which any World War II game wouldn't really be complete without a D-Day map. It feels a bit unbalanced in some ways, but then other games you'll play and it feels completely unbalanced for the other side. Like some games will feel as if the German side is just dominating and the Americans can't get up the beach. But then other games you'll have it where the Germans are just getting wrecked by the Americans while the Americans just rush up the beach and destroy the objectives. So it's kind of interesting. So I wouldn't say it's a bad map, it's just it always seemed to go one way or the other, never be really a in-between of both teams doing well. Or at least I find in the matches that I've played. You might, if you've played this game, you might find it a bit different, but that's what I've noticed from the games I've played. And the third map, Kaiserberg, I've noticed like it's a fun map, but the choke points just seem to be a bit too hard to get past. Because there's these two choke points. There's one. Actually, there's like kind of three, kind of two. But there's the bridge, which normally isn't a choke point because usually as soon as you go on the bridge, you just get wrecked instantly by like an MG or a sniper. But there's a choke point beside the bridge, where you come out from a tunnel and then you'll go up and there's down a street, which that's usually locked down by like a German MG just camping there. And then there's the other side, which is just constantly back and forth between these two, I think like town squares or whatever. But I don't know, I just feel like the choke points are a bit too hard to get past, which usually results in a stalemate, and as soon as one team captures the bridge, the other team can't make it to try and capture the bridge, because that they just can't get past the choke points. So that's what I found, and also I found that it was a bit more catered to the German side because that the Germans would usually have a MG placed on the road, which the road I'm right above now from this window. They would usually have an MG going down that road. So the Americans couldn't counter the Germans if the Germans would move down the road to the bridge and try to capture the point. So I feel like it was just a bit. The choke points were a bit too stalemate catered, I guess, and also that it was a bit unbalanced for the German side. The weapons all feel great. The sound a bit fake. They sound a bit like BB guns, but other than that, the weapons are great. Recoil is challenging, which is what I was expecting and hoping for. And they all feel unique from one another. Like the bolt actions don't feel the same. They feel like they're unique. Like the Kar 98K feels different from the Springfield, I believe it is, for the Americans. And the MP40 feels different from the Thompson. So weapon variety is great, and weapon balancing is also pretty good. I did find that the Mauser pistol for the Germans seems to be a bit overpowered, because literally just turn it on full auto and it'll just wreck anyone if they get even close, and sometimes it'll even just destroy it long range as well, which I found was a bit unbalanced. But now another thing I must praise is that the developers have been very active and been putting out a patch pretty much every day, I think, fixing bugs and whatnot. So yeah, it sounds like I might have said a lot of negative, but overall I've been loving this game. The gameplay has been amazing, and for an indie game it feels quite polished. Obviously there's a few things, but for most of it, it feels very polished for an indie game, and I look forward to seeing what happens to the future with Days of War. Now, I don't know if, because Battalion 1944, which is releasing later in 2017, if not really 2018, Battalion 1944 seems like it might be a big competitor, and I've already pre-ordered Battalion 1944. I pre-ordered the, I think it's like the deluxe edition or whatever, but we'll have to see how they stack up against one another. But I feel like they're going to be very different, as Days of War feels very arcadey, and Battalion 1944 looks like it's more realistic and not as arcadey. Like, it still has some arcadey features as any video game would, but it's more realistic and simulator geared. Now, another thing I must say about Days of War is that they seem to have taken sometimes a bit too much from other games. Like, it feels very much like Day of Defeat, and like victory sounds and whatnot are the same as World at War, or Call of Duty World at War. And I know that for some people that might be nice, it will appeal to nostalgia, but for me, I think they should have just made themselves at least a bit more unique instead of taking almost everything from other games. But other than that, I loved the experience I got, and it was really fun. And yeah, that's been my review of Days of War. I know it sounded very negative, but I loved it so far. So yeah, it's been Cougarman Gaming. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll possibly be posting more Days of War, but we'll see. And yeah, it's been Cougarman Gaming, and I'll talk to you guys later.